High school sports, we've got it covered. Overtime starts now.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Overtime. I'm Scott Leber.
And I'm David Greenberg. We're glad you've joined us for Week 9 coverage of the high school football season. Yes, the regular season is complete. The playoffs await.
There was still some unfinished business on this final night. Could North Boone deliver a clutch win and get into the playoffs? Could Hononegah and Byron complete undefeated regular seasons? And who would win the annual grudge match between Forest and Alena Winslow?
We have it all covered. Plus, Tim Bailey will join us to talk Nick 10 football. And in our Spotlight segment, we'll feature North Boone's explosive receiver and return man, Will Dutch. We begin the night with our game of the week. Stillman Valley and Genoa Kingston have a lot in common. They both like to run the football. Both of them are headed to the playoffs, and they both lost to Byron this season.
Other than that, their records were spotless. Both entered the night 7-1. The winner of this game would claim second place in the Big Northern Conference and grab some momentum heading into the playoffs. The Cardinals, here they come, ready to roll. The Cogs, they had that air horn cranked up as always. Here they come. Now, midway through the first quarter, we'll pick it up. The Cogs from the 5. It's Big Colin Nessler with a carry. He's in 7-0 as GK strikes first. Cardinals football next. Porter Needs will get the carry, but linebacker Nolan Perry wraps him up and then gets some help to finish him. Cogs defense is so fast, sideline to sideline. Watch Brody Engel launch in there to tackle Gage Henderson. Later, the Cogs going to go for it on fourth down from the Cardinals 35, but Jack Seacrest comes off the backside to tackle Ethan Wilno. Under a minute to go before halftime. Cale Rallman going to let it fly. Luke Zitkas makes a great catch down at the 10-yard line. A couple plays later, Rallman going to go for the end zone again at Zitkas. He's got it, but he is out of bounds. That was Stillman's best chance to score all night. GK gets its first shutout of the year, winning it 35-0. The other Big Northern game that had a lot riding on it, at least for one team, was Oregon at North Boone.
The Vikings were on the playoff bubble with their 4-4 record. They needed this one to become eligible for the postseason. Third quarter, Vikings already up 28-0. Chandler Alderman over to Will Dutch. Looks like he drops it, but there was just no whistle, so he picks it up, runs to the house, but after further review, they did in fact deem it was incomplete. So they brought it back, but it's all good because Alderman pitches it to the other Dutch, his brother, Chris, and he brings it all the way down right in front of our camera guy. A few plays later, Alderman gonna find Will Dutch again. This time, he holds on, and they add 6 more. Oregon was down big, but they never gave up. Hunter Buchanan looking deep for Isaac Reber, and he finds him. He takes it the distance. What a touchdown there. But Will Dutch, just too much for Oregon tonight. He'll get the pass over the middle, find a gap, and jump into the end zone. We'll see him later on in this one. North Boone wins a must-win 41-14.
Well, the Byron Tigers were trying to complete an undefeated regular season. They were at Rockford Christian. The Tigers offense was rocking and rolling early. Here we go. Chandler Binkley takes the handoff, gets some great blocking as he always does, and then just manages to break free 49 yards to the house in quick 6. Tigers up 7-0. The Rockford Christian offense, and not so much against the Tigers D. The running back, they're met by an ambush of Tigers. On the next play, Camden Roche gets the carry, tries to get outside, nothing doing. Jacob Ross puts an end to that play. Byron now to the air attack. Braden Smith uncorks a deep ball to Kyle Aiken, who burns the D for a touchdown. Byron wins big, 74-0. The Tigers not only Big Northern champs, this is the 4th time in 6 years that they have gone undefeated in the conference.
Winnebago and Lutheran were hoping to end their season on a positive note. On fourth down here, Lutheran needs a play. King Hughes takes the snap and fires to his man Jack Bamer downfield. Going to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive for the Crusaders. Bago on offense running a play action. Alec Weevil throws, and it's King Hughes making the play on defense. The return sets up the offense in some good field position. Lutheran knocking on the door. Jameer Pitts gets the carry and drags some Bago defenders into the end zone. Lutheran now down 7-6. Crusaders going to feed the hot hand. Pitts will not be denied. Another trip to the end zone to give Lutheran the lead. Rockford Lutheran goes on to win this one 22-14. In the other Big Northern game tonight, Dixon wins big over Rock Falls 46-13. Well, Tim Bailey joins us next.
That means it is time to focus on the Nick 10. Hananiga going for a perfect regular season, and Boylan East went at it. That is straight ahead. You're watching Overtime.
Well, two Rockford teams are expected to compete in the playoffs, Byron and East.
Yeah, we'll make that Boylan and East. Both teams, they hit that magical win number of 5 last week. Tonight, they battled for 4th place in the Nick 10, or possibly a piece of 3rd place, depending on how Belvedere North did. Let's go to Swanson Stadium. There the Titans. They jumped out to a 21-8 lead in this one. 3rd quarter, East to Terrace Dotson. Where is he? There he is. He pops one. He's going all the way, but watch what happens. He's hit at the 5. The ball comes loose. It's out of bounds. He fumbled it. It went through the end zone, and it's ruled a touchback. The Titans got the ball at the 20. Connor Dennis threw 2 TD passes in the first half. 3rd quarter, keeper, but he got injured on that play. He had to leave. He was done for the night. Left with his parents. That was not good. Hopefully, he rebounds from that. Joey Apino came in at quarterback in his place. Gets picked off here by Samuel Young, it appeared. Great grab by Young, but no, it was wiped out by a penalty against the Erads. He's trying to get that duo of Javius Catlin and Dotson going. Catlin had a kick return for a TD earlier, but he is stopped on that play. Apino, again at quarterback for the Titans, looking downfield. Mason Calderon's got it for a big pickup inside the 20. Mark Harris here, he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. Nice run for the young man on that play. Moments later, it's Apino faking the handoff. He's going to keep it, and he's got the athleticism to turn the edge for the touchdown. 28-8 Boylan at that point. East QB Ryan Larson, look at this. Throw it for the end zone, and in a crowd, Miles Clark Tate hauled it in for a touchdown. Oh my, what a play. Boylan went on to win this game by the final score of 38-14.
It's very special. Just getting momentum to go in the playoffs and just getting better and better every day in practice.
You supplied some points there in that first half with 2 touchdowns. Just tell me about your drive, your dedication, and how badly you wanted to go out on a winning note tonight.
This game was very personal for me. I just came, try to go hard every play and just try to get a better play for my team, just try to get in a touchdown.
They are a physical team, right? I mean, how physical was it out there?
That was them in that North game and this game were up there, number 1 and 2. They were physical, and we knew it coming in, and that was our game plan too. And it was a good game, good physical game, and they're always going to play physical, and I love that kind of football.
That was the focus all week long, was having to play a complete game. Offense, defense, and specials. And again, while we weren't perfect, I thought the defense had a good week of practice, good 2 weeks of practice here, so we stacked some things up. And then we were able to just get to all the gaps, make all the key reads, and be physical.
Hopefully Connor Dennis is okay, but what a luxury to have a Joey Apino there ready to go, huh?
Again, it's for the amount of reps he got this week, to be able to come in and do a job like that and really not miss much of a beat. And not have anybody else hang their head. I was so impressed by Joey, offense and defense. He's going to get some more reps, probably going forward. But I thought he did a fantastic job for us.
We are joined now by our Nick 10 analyst, Tim Bailey, who was at that game from start to finish. Let's talk a little quarterbacks first. Connor Dennis, first half, couple TD passes, and then got the injury. So what did you see from Connor Dennis in the first half?
I saw a different quarterback. As I shared with you tonight, I saw the maturation, seeing this kid week by week by week by week, the growth that he's had, playing with more poise, making the throws, making the reads, just facilitating the offense. I mean, this young man has grown up, and again, the kid's only a sophomore. Sky's the limits for him, but the way he played tonight was exceptional.
So he gets injured, okay. Joey Apino, who's a senior, comes in, takes his place at quarterback, Tim. As I said to Coach Katz there at the end, what a luxury. I mean, how many teams can turn to a caliber of quarterback as your backup like a Joey Apino? So, again, we hope Dennis is okay and ready to go for the playoffs. But, again, if Apino's the guy, they're still in pretty good shape, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to step up. As you saw tonight, he came in, and I thought he did a phenomenal job, rallying the guys, after Dennis went down. And that says a lot. Playoffs start next week, and we hope and pray that Dennis is okay. But if he can't go, it's that next man up mentality, and Apino is going to be that guy.
Let's talk about the Boylan offense. Talk about the East offense a little bit. They're very ground and pound, love to run the ball, and they did a really good job of that tonight against a tough Boylan defense.
Yeah, they did. The dynamic duo, Batman and Robin. You saw them out there tonight. Those guys were doing their thing. And it's unfortunate, that they came up with the loss. But Boylan played great defense. But still, I'm not taking anything away from the dynamic duo. They played well. They ran hard. They made their cuts. They did everything that they were supposed to do as a running back. With a little bit better blocking, I think it would have been a probably different ball game because those guys only need 2 seconds to actually make their move and go.
Right.
So, but the dynamic duo, they played well tonight, and here's the beauty of it all. They're only sophomores. So we're going to see those guys for the next 2 years.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited.
Bright future for them.
Absolutely.
Let's continue to go on off that a little bit. What else did you like from East's offense tonight? You talked about how the run game's there. We know that's very impressive, but the score may not reflect how well East actually played.
Yeah, they played hard. I mean, in the first half, I think one big challenge that they had was just stopping Boylan's running game, and then Coach Griffin and his staff made the adjustment in the second half, as you could tell. And Boylan wasn't really successful in the second half as running the ball as they were in the first half. As it relates to East's offense, I thought Larson really played a really decent game. He threw the ball well. I think he was a little bit more poised than I've seen him in the weeks past. The kid grew up. Another kid at quarterback who's made some strides.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he threw that beautiful touchdown pass at the end. Tim, the beauty of it is both these teams are most likely going to the playoffs, so they've got another game to play. As a former player, in 20 seconds, give some advice to all of our football players out there who are going to the playoffs. What advice would you have for those guys?
Well, my advice is pretty simple. It's a whole new week. It's a whole new season. Get ready. Understand, what's at stake. Also too, watch film on your opponents because, you may be coming up and playing against a team that you've never played against before that's not in your conference. So when you do get that film, spend time with it, love it, squeeze it, enjoy it, because you only get one opportunity at high school football to make the playoffs, and hopefully we can see some good Nick 10 schools actually progress as the weeks to come.
Cherish the moment, seize the moment. All right, thanks, Tim.
Absolutely.
Let's check out some more Nick 10 action here. Harlem invaded Wyatt Stadium for a game with Auburn. Harlem in the red zone on 4th down. Austin Redmond hands the ball off. The Knights, though, get the defensive stop. The Huskies defense would answer right back, though. O'Shavian Dismuke here trying to make something happen, but he is hit by a couple of Huskies there, and that's a safety for Harlem. Harlem again looking for a touchdown. Austin Redmond rolling, looking, throwing. Kelton Busacros gets it. Great hands there. Hangs on for it. Huskies up 16-zip. The Auburn offense could not throw a strike back as Dismuke tried to make a play. Got picked by Reed Foster. He breaks it outside for the nice return before going out of bounds. Harlem wins this game in a shutout. Another one for the Huskies, 36-0.
Look at the Hononegah Indians making a perfect Nick 10 season. They hosted Jefferson. The Jayhawks were in quarantine the last 2 weeks. Senior night for the Indians, you expect the seniors to show out. How about Isaac Wisenan on the QB keeper to go up 6-zip? Later on, how about this senior, Stuart Hale, getting the handoff, and this one, a play after Jefferson, a punt. He takes it to the house for the touchdown, 64 yards. Nice return there. They say the freaks come out at night, and the freak, Dylan Sales, gets the ball from Isaac Wisenan, and he also finds daylight and the end zone, shifting gears. Third straight Hononegah touchdown to open the game. They win big, 64-0.
Congrats to them on the undefeated season.
Also tonight, Belvedere wins over Guilford 32-29, and at Freeport, Belvedere North got by Freeport in a thriller, 31-26. Well, coming up shortly, our spotlight story on one of the best playmakers in the state line, North Boone's Will Dutch.
But up next, we'll recap tonight's action in the NUIC, including Forreston taking on Lena Winslow. 7 of the last 10 years that there have been playoffs in football, the Class 1A state championship has been won by either Forreston or Lena Winslow.
That's why their rivalry at this moment might be the best in northern Illinois, if not all of Illinois. Tonight was the latest chapter in Lena. Senior night for the Panthers. That means Maury Roby's last home game in the black and gold, depending on how the playoff matchups fall. Things finally got going a short while after that. had an unconventional touchdown for our first score of the game. Forreston with the ball. Ethan Fye goes to make the tackle and just rips it out, takes it all the way back for a Lee win touchdown. I'll slow this down and show it to you again. Look at number 8, wraps him up, then just takes it away, and there's nothing stopping him from the end zone the rest of the way. To the second quarter we go. Luke Benson takes the snap, waits, and then fires it for the end zone, and on a dime to number 8 again, Ethan Fye. How about that pitch and catch? Forreston with it now, just under 30 seconds to go before halftime. Logan Dyson drops back, chucks it up, and on the other end has Matthew Beltran inside the 10 with 16 seconds to go. Cardinals called a timeout to stop the clock. Leewin head coach Rick Aaron prepping his guys for the big final play of the half. And on that next play, Dyson throws left, has Devontae King Black in the end zone to put Forreston on the board. They kept that momentum going in the second half. Cardinals came out firing on defense. Pitch goes to Jake Zeal around the left side, but Beltran comes flying down from his DB spot to make the tackle. But on the Panthers' next drive, they would punch it in to extend their lead. But Forreston rallied, and they scored on the final play of the game, a 1-yard touchdown run by Matthew Beltran on 4th and 1. That capped off an 89-yard drive. Forreston wins this thing 22-20. Also tonight in the NUIC, it was Dupec over Stockton 22-0. Fulton blanked Dakota 41-zip, and Galena beat East Dubuque 49-14.
Here's some more scores from around the area. Morris beat Sycamore 28-21. DeKalb fell to Waubonsie Valley 28-14. Richmond Burton took care of Marengo 42-24, and it was Johnsburg over Harvard 26-7. In 8-man football, Polo remains undefeated. Another big win over Akron 38-20. South Beloit falls to Milledgeville 58-16. Amboy beat Olden Hebron 46-8, and Hiawatha a little bit of a shootout over River Ridge 76-62. Let's take another break, but do not go anywhere.
When we return, we'll meet a North Boone Viking whose threat to take it to the house every time he touches the football. At North Boone, the name Dutch has a long lineage. That includes senior Will Dutch, a star for the Vikings the last 4 years. And with the numbers he's put together at wide receiver this season, that name will forever hold strong in the record books. When the North Boone Vikings are on offense, the ball can most often be found in the hands of wideout Will Dutch. Dutch has his eyes on one NFL superstar and tries to play his game like the former Viking.
I like to watch Stephon Diggs. I like to watch him run routes. I kind of try to look at what he's doing on Sundays, and I like to try to do that same thing on Friday.
If Diggs is who Dutch models his game after, then it seems to be working considering the numbers he's put up this season. Through 8 games, Dutch has caught 70 passes for 986 receiving yards and has 12 touchdowns this season, 11 through the air, and 1 on a 99-yard kick return in Week 8 against Winnebago.
In every game, I always like to think that if we need a touchdown, I want the ball in my hands.
You know, I would say at least once a practice where he does something where, you know, I don't want to say we're used to it by now, but you are reminded that's pretty special.
Big Northern opponents have gotten used to seeing Dutch zig and zag, then blow by them since he got to high school. But little do they know, he's been doing it for a lot longer.
Yeah, in middle school, too, I was one of the fastest, too. But I don't know, I just kind of start running and no one usually catches me.
Listed at 5'11", 175 pounds, he may not be the biggest or even the strongest on the field, but that's never stopped him from outworking all those who might be.
It's just when I put my mind to something, I want to be the best at it. But I mean, I love football since I was little, so that's something I want to be the best at.
You know, I don't think people realize how hard he's worked. I've known him since 5th grade, so it's been a long time. It's been fun to watch him, you know, kind of mature, grow up in the weight room a little bit. He deserves a lot of that credit.
Just ask Coach Kelly and he'll tell you how humble Will is. It starts with his family, and anybody that knows North Boone knows the legacy that the Dutch family has left on the school.
The Dutch family and North Boone go hand in hand around here, so, you know, there's just a tremendous love for the school. You know, we're really lucky to have them here at North Boone.
Will's grandpa Lenny has been an assistant football coach for years. He was the head basketball coach until handing the reins over to Will's mother, Beth, who you can also find in the stands every Friday night cheering on her 2 sons.
I mean, anything I do, they're always proud of. They're not they don't push me to do anything I don't want to do, and they always are supporting me and have my back for everything.
It was pretty incredible to see the numbers he's put up this past season, not even including the ones he had tonight. And
Yeah.
to think we'll be able to see him a couple more games now with North Boone in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's for sure. And absolutely, he's such a deep threat on offense for them. And when they've got that working, they're a tough team to beat. I mean, you talk about playmakers. You know, you look it up in the dictionary, you see Will Dutch's picture next to the word playmaker.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this final timeout.
Each week, we spotlight a play of the week.
It's the best play caught on our cameras. This one, take a look at this here. Going back to Lena, look at Ethan Fye just ripping this one out of the hands, taking it back for a touchdown. You'll see it again in slow motion here. That's number 8, Ethan Fye, just completely snatches it out of the running back's hand and takes this one all the way back for the first touchdown of the game. But Forreston would come back to win this one.
Heads-up play there. What a game. Another classic game. Every time these two schools get together in football, unbelievable. Hey, be sure to catch Overtime every Friday night through the season live at 11 p.m. here on Fox 39. Yeah, we got a couple more to come here in the next 2 weeks. We also rebroadcast it Sunday mornings at 9 on Fox 39.
And for highlights and scores anytime, go to our website, mystateline.com. Well, that's our show.
We'll see you again next Friday. Until then, have a great weekend.